I'm Jim James. You're watching Catch It Live First. This is an as live watch along because today I've been at a festival in Exeter. Let's rock. Plenty of 80s music going. Obviously, it clashed with the cricket, but with it being the final, I didn't want to miss out and not do an as live stream. So that's what we're going to be doing now. No live chat, unfortunately, but it just completes the T20 ICC Cricket World Cup. And that'll be Catch It Live completed. Hence why we're watching India playing South Africa. India won the toss and elected to bat. So we're going to have to do the overs bowled and the scores, etc. We're going to have to do it manually. But we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. So let's get cracking. We've got Kohli and Rohit in the middle. And I'm assuming it's going to be Johnson to open the bowling, but I've not quite seen, so bear with us on that one. It's been a great tournament. The weather's been a bit of a pain at times, let's be honest, but you can't have everything. Although it'd be nice too. The weather is looking set fair. So fingers crossed we won't get any interruptions. So it is going to be Marco Janssen to open the bowling. 6'7" of him. The wicket is looking pretty good. We've had the heavy roller on it. So it's not going to get better as the innings goes on, and South Africa are going to have a little bit of a slower wicket, I think, which is why India won the toss and elected to bat. But we've got Rohit on strike anyway. He's just surveying the field. Janssen runs in. Left arm bowler, right-handed batsman, pitches this one up. It's just clipped through mid-wicket. That'll be a single. And speed it up a little bit because obviously we've got a recording that we can do the as live commentary on. So it'll be Virat Kohli on strike now. He's got to face his first ball. He's on the dreaded donut. Johnson runs in. Outside off stump. That's pushed through. That's pushed through point. And that will race to the boundary. For 4. India 5 for none. Dancing into Kohli, bowls it on his pads. This is clipped through square leg, timed beautifully. That'll be 9 for non-India. What a great start. What a great start. This is just what they will have wanted. Indian fans are celebrating. Bit early for it, but Kohli drives this one through the covers. Didn't time it quite as well though. They'll get a couple. Johnson's not used to this, really. 11 off his over so far. Kohli on 10 from 3. Johnson runs in, 5th ball of his over. Bit of width outside the off stump. A bit of bounce there as well. Coley lets that go through to the wicket keeper. A much needed dot ball. Johnson. Final ball of the over to Coley. That's pushed back down the ground past the bowler. The fielder isn't going to get there. That's going to be another. That was Norge trying to get there. Couldn't stop the ball going over the boundary though. That's going to be 15 off the first over. And, yeah, like I said, Johnson, he's not used to this. So it's going to be raw hit on strike for the start of the second. It's going to be Maharaja to come into the bowling attack. Raw hit. Thick outside edge there. Goes past. They have got a slip in South Africa. And a short third man. But it goes past all of the fielders. Not the start that Maharaj would have wanted. Second ball, reverse sweep there from raw hit. Even though there is a slip in, it didn't deter raw hit from playing that reverse sweep. First two balls from Maharaj's over have both gone to the boundary. A little bit top edgy there, actually, that reverse sweep, but he got enough on it, did raw hit. He's on 9. This one's just pushed to cover. That'll be a dot ball. Because of the way the sun's shining on the wicket and there's virtually no grass on it, it's hard to see the ball, actually. Once it's left, for us as viewers, once it's left raw hit, sweeps this to the leg side. However, he finds a fielder at square leg. He took a little bit of a liberty there, did raw hit. He's gone for 9 from 5 deliveries. And India, after that great start, it's just been soured 23 for 1. He was disappointed there with raw hit. It was a little bit wide to be playing that shot. Caught Klassen, bowled Maharaja, raw hit Sharma out for 9 from 5 deliveries. India 23 for 1. It's going to be Pant who comes into bat. He's got 2 balls left of this second over. Power play still in effect. Just taking guard. The weather looks set first, so hopefully we're not going to have any rain interruptions. Maharaj into Pant. A little bit of turn there. Just push to backward point. That'll be a dot ball. That's by Klassen. Maharaj, almost a full toss to Pant, tries sweeping it to leg side, gets a big top edge, just goes up in the air, and de Kock takes a catch. Pant's just, the umpires are going for a chat, the South Africans are celebrating. But Pants just doesn't look concerned. Maybe he should. It's gone for review by the umpires. It looked like he got it off the toe end of the bat. It was the final ball of the second over, regardless. It's just whether there's a wicket taken or was it just pad. We're having a look in slow-mo now. Oh, that came off the top edge of the bat. I'm not sure why Pants hanging around there. Once it's not given a no ball, it's quite obviously out. So why is he waiting? I don't know. That for me is just out. We're going for it. We're going for it. It is out. So what a good over there for South Africa. 23 for 2 now. After 2 overs. And it was such a good start for India. Maybe they got a little bit carried away and thought it was too easy. But they're finding out now. Not as easy as they were thinking. 2 wickets gone in that second over. Going to be Rabada to come into the attack. So Jansen's having a little bit of a break after he got a bit of a tonking in his first over. Surya Kumar comes into bat. It'll be Kohli on strike. Rabada runs in. Bit of bounce outside off stump. Kohli lets that go through to the cop. That'll be a dot ball. India stay on 23 for 2. Yeah, I still couldn't understand why Pant stayed in there. Or from Rabada, good line, good length. Kohli just pushes that to point. That'll be a dot ball. Did we miss the duck for Pant? We certainly did. We missed giving him the old you know what. Bader into Kohli. Flips that. The mid wicket. That'll be another dot ball. Bader runs into Kohli. Bit of width, bit of bounce. Push to point. Well, they'll run quickly for us. I won't say they'll scramble, but they'll run quickly for a single, will India. That'll move them on to 24 for 2. And it'll be Surya Kumar on strike. He's still to get off the mark, but he's not faced a delivery yet. There's 2 balls left of this third over. Just 1 off it for Rabada up to now. He runs in. Score predictors 158. This one squares Surya Kumar up a bit. He just pushes that to cover. Dot ball. Didn't look completely comfortable there either, Surya Kumar, but he survives. Good pace from Rabada. Runs in. This one's clipped over mid-off. Well, just evade the fielder because it wasn't timed at all. And we'll come back for 2, so he does get off the mark. He does get off the mark, does Surya Kumar, but not convincing at all. 3 overs bowled. So who's going to bowl this 4th over? Is it going to be Maharaj to continue? It certainly is. Into Coley, driven through mid-off. Great fielding at long off. Saves the boundary, and it'll just be a couple. .28 for 2 now, India. Run rate's 8.84, but they'll be disappointed with the 2 wickets that they've lost. Raja into Coley. Pins him on the crease. All he can do is go with the spin and push it to cover. Be a dot ball. He's on 17 currently from 11. There again, can't get down the wicket, just pushes it to cover. Another dot ball. Rate's dead on 8. 3 balls left of this Maharaja over. Power play still in effect. Kohli on strike. Bit of width there. Flat bats this through the covers. Long off, can't get around. That'll go a 4. That will take India onto 32 for 2. This one's bowled straight, just clipped to square leg, but straight to the fielder. It'll be a dot ball. Final ball of the over, a little bit of width. Kohli tries to cut it through the covers, but finds the fielder. 32 for 2. And that will be 4 overs gone. 2 still left. The power play. Honestly thought the way that India started this, they were going to run away with this before South Africa even got into the game. It wasn't to be. It'll be Rabada to bowl his 2nd over. It'll be Surya Kumar on strike. Just runs that one down to 3rd man. That'll be a single. That'll be 33 for 2. Got the sun today. Glad I kept my hat on. We saw the jam. They were fantastic. Rabada into Kohli, pushes that one through to mid-off. They'll have a shy at the stumps. Batsman's home safely. 34 for 2. Yeah, we saw the jam. We saw Sonia. Who else did we see? Altered Images, Claire Grogan. She was fantastic. Claire Grogan was amazing. We saw XTC. Rabada into Surya Kumar. Clubs this to deep backward square. He doesn't get enough on it. And sadly, Surya Kumar goes for 3 from 4 deliveries. He clipped this off his legs, trying to get underneath that, and deep backward square came around and took a good catch because he was still travelling at pace classing when he got the when he took the catch. Surya Kumar gone for 3 from 4 deliveries, caught Klassen, bowled Rabada. And now South Africa have definitely taken the initiative back from India. It's going to be Aksar coming into bowl. 3 balls left of this Rabada over, which is the 5th. Saw Sister Sledge today. Very good. Sal's just sorting his guard out. Also saw the Lotus Eaters. Obviously, unless you were really born in the 70s, or if you went into music in the 80s, you probably won't know who a lot of these people are. I mean, you'll know the Jam, but Rabada into Aksar, drives that one through mid-wicket, misses the fielder, and that'll just beat the fielder to the boundary. That'll go for 4. And that will be 38 or 3. Four overs completed. Still a couple to go in this over 2 for Rabada. Aksar on strike again. This one, bit of an outside edge to point, but straight to the fielder. That'll be a dot ball. Yeah, at Let's Rock Exeter, or the Let's Rock Roadshow, Rabada into Aksar, cuts this to backward point, misses the fielder. They'll get a single there. Ball was in the air for a little bit as well. That's 39 for 3. And that's the end of the 5th over. Yeah, if you've never been on and watched the Let's Rock Roadshow, you could Andy Crane, DJing, Pat Sharp. They're very good. You had Black Lace, did a quick appearance, had everybody up there. Who else was on? The Real Thing? They were quite good. But not last year before was good. Belinda Carlisle. We've had the Human League. Billy Ocean, even though he's getting a little bit older now, he can still hold a tune. That's for sure. Aksar on strike, Markham into the attack. That's just clipped a forward square leg for a single. That'll move India on to 40 for 3. Come into Kohli, he clips this forward square leg. That'll be another single. They'll move on to 41. Aksar on strike, bowled into his pads by Markham. Just clips that through mid-wicket. Easy single. Aksar's on 6. That run rate's at 7.69 currently. India will be quite happy with, they won't be happy though with the 3 wickets that they've lost. Hawley's on 23 from 17. He's on strike. Right-handed batsman. Markham floats this one up there. Just clipped to long on. That'll be a single. And it'll be Axar on strike. Now he's on 7 from 5 deliveries. Just a single from the first 4 balls. Single, 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 single. Axar. Flips this. Forward square leg. That'll be another single. 44 for 3. And if Markram can go for a single off this last ball, that'll be 1 ball from every ball he's bowled, and he'll live with that. This one's just deep mid-wicket, pushed over there, end of the over, single off it. 45 for 3. India. That's the end of the power play now. 6 overs completed. Or there will be, once we change it over manually, there we go. There'll be Notch. Or Notched T to come in. We've got to call him Notch. We have done for the whole tournament. Why change it now? So it'll be Coley on strike. He's on 25. Nodge. Sebastian Vettel lookalike. Runs in. Coley on strike. Gets over that one. Pushes it through point. Fielder can't stop it, but it'll still just be a single. No damage done there. Nodge runs in. That's just dropped just in front of point. That'll be another dot ball. Yeah, there'll be some burnt bodies tonight. And I kept myself covered up as much as possible. Backs out. Pushes that between point and backward point. Deep point will field the ball and keep it down to a single. Yeah, there'll be some burnt bodies tonight for sure. Those people obviously had a little bit too much to drink or to smoke, whatever you fancy. Laid out in the sun, and you could see them getting redder and more burnt as the day went on. You'd have thought somebody who was with them would have said, look, get yourself covered up, but yeah, it didn't happen. There'll be some uncomfortable nights. Call it on strike. That hits me in the thigh pad. Be a dot ball. Two balls left of this 7th over. Notch runs in. Bit of a bounce there. Coley gets on top of it, spins, pulls it to backward square leg. That'll be another single. 48 for 3, India. Final ball of the 7th over coming up. Notch steaming in. Axar on strike. He's on 9. Bowls it onto his pads. Clips that through mid-wicket. And that will be a single to end the over. 49 for 3, India. 7 overs completed. This is finely balanced because India are going along nicely. You're finding it not difficult to score runs at all. The difficulty is in not losing the wickets. Still one away from the 50. 49 for 3. Your Axar on 10, Corley on 27. It's going to be Markham into Axar. Pitches that up, just clips it too long on. That'll be the 50 up for India. Axar moves on to 11. It'll be Corley on strike. This one's clipped through the leg side. Mid on, can't stop that. Deep mid wicket will come round and it'll just be a single. Maybe Axar back on strike. Markham in, floats this one up. Axar goes big over deep mid wicket. The fielder's out there and he jumps and the ball just clears his hand. Gambled there, did the batsman, and he's got away with it. 57 for 3. That was dispatched. Just over. Who was out there? Klassen. We know that Klassen can take a catch. But it just went over his head. Axar moves on to 17. His heart will have been in his mouth there. Just for a second. But he got away with it. 17 from 12. Axar scored. Markham into ball. He goes for the same shot again. Gets nowhere near timing for it though. Big bottom edge. That'll just be a single. 58 for 3. Just trying to slog that really. Over to deep mid wicket again. But couldn't time it. Couldn't get it off the middle of the bat. And it trickled to the fielder. But at least a single comes off it. Final ball of the over. This one's clipped through to deep mid wicket for a single. That's the end of the 8th over. 59 for 3. India. Much more difficult this, trying to remember having to change the overs manually in every run and wicket, but what you gonna do? Can't have everything. Talking about myself with that. Goal predictor still at 159. Going to be Maharaj to come into bowl his 3rd over. His previous 2 went for 14. He did claim 2 vital wickets. And it's going to be Kohli on strike. He's currently on 29 from 24 deliveries. Kohli takes a step backwards and then pushes this through to long off. Leisurely single. We'll move on to 60. 3. The left-handed Axar. What does he do? He tries cutting this through point, which he does. Deep point will keep that down to a single though. 61 for 3. Kohli on strike. Bowled into his pads. Pushes that past mid-on, but it'll just be a single. 62 for 3. Now it'll be Axar on strike. Goes for the big hit over deep mid-wicket. The fielder's there. However, he timed that well enough, plenty well enough there, did the batsman. India move on to 68 for 3. Axar moves on to 25 from 15. This time he just pushes that through to cover, and that's just a dot ball. One ball left of this 9th over. India 68 for 3. Axar to face, he's on 25. Maharaja into ball. He waits for this one just mid-wicket, pushes it to mid-wicket, and that'll be a dot ball to end the 9th over. Indian fans are celebrating. Looking quite happy with the way things are going. And it's going to be Shamsi to come into the attack. So we'll see how Kohli, who's on 31 from 26 deliveries, how he can deal with the spinner. Excuse me. Long run up for a spinner. That'll be a wide outside the off stump there, surely. Certainly is. 69 for 3. Still Kohli on strike. Weather looks lovely in Barbados. Almost Exeter-like. That's a better ball from Shanzi. Right on the money. Clipped. Long on. That'll be 70 up. 3 wickets down. Axar on strike. Gets an edge into the covers there. That'll be a dot ball. Axar's on 25. Kohli on 32. India on 70. 3 wickets down. Shamsi in for the 3rd ball of his over. His first one went for a wide, so this is the 3rd legal delivery. Kept a little bit low there on Axar, but he manages to jab his bat down, just drops it to the side of him. Another dot ball. Looks like there's a strong breeze out there. Axar waits. Shamsi runs in. Trying to get some turn there. That's played through to the leg side. That'll just be an easy single. 71 for 3. And it'll be Kohli on strike now. Kohli's faced 27 deliveries so far. And his return has been 32 runs. That's a little bit shorter. Clip to backward square leg. Beats the fielder. But deep backward square leg. Deep backward square leg will come round. They go for the second. The throw comes in. They will get the 2. That was yeah, direct hit. He'd have been struggling, but it went into the keeper's gloves. Home safely. This is a bit of a slog sweep, but it won't find the boundary. That was a direct hit this time, but I think he managed to get home. That's the end of the 10th over. 75 for 3. Just starting to try up the tempo, India again. Taking on the fielders. Pushing the luck a little bit. What they're getting away with it, which they'll be happy about. So that's the end of the 10th over. quick break. We'll have a quick break. Just like magic, we're back. It's going to be Johnson coming back into the attack. We've got India on 75 for 3. Kohli's on 36 from 29 deliveries. Axar 26 from 20. It's Axar on strike. First ball up, he goes to crash Johnson over deep cover, but it almost was like a big edge that went down to third man, and that's just be a single. But let's be honest, he didn't get that at all. 76 for 3 India. Not very convincing there from Axar at all, but he moves on to 27. That's what matters. T20 is all about scoring runs. It's not about looking technically gifted, is it? Jansen runs in. This one goes across Kohli. He just waits for it, pushes it through to deep cover. It'll be a leisurely single, 77 for 3. Jansen in again to Axar. This one's tickled down to third man. That'll be a single. Excuse me. Three balls bowled, 3 singles from each delivery. This time Johnson's in to call it. Bit of bounce there. Has to get over it and pull it. He'll just get a single. Maybe 79. 3 wickets down. Kohli moves on to 38. Axar 28, and he's on strike. This one's just a little tickle down to third man. India will move on to 80. 780 for 3, they'll wish. 80 for 3. One ball left in the over. Call it. That's been given as a wide. So there will be still one ball left in the over. India move on to 81 for 3. Kohli will be on strike. Johnson runs in. Pulls it onto the thigh pad. Just sneaks down the leg side. The keeper will pick that up, but it will be a single. 82 for 3. India move on to. End of the 11th over. Just 7 runs from it. Putting some sand in one of the footholes, not where the bowler lands, it's mainly where he kind of takes off. Because it's an as live, we can forward it through to the next delivery. Still don't know who wins, so it's ideal for me. I managed to keep away from the result all afternoon. It's going to be Shamsi in to bowl his second over. His first one went for 7, no wickets. It'll be Kohli on strike, he's on 39. through to mid-wicket, straight to the fielder row. That's a dot ball. Comes in again onto the pads. This one's clipped deep backward square leg. Just be a single. 83 for 3. India move on to. Kohli's on to 40 now. Aksar's on strike. He's on 29. Aksar's going to go after Shamsi here, surely. He certainly tries it. Gets a bottom edge. Backward square leg. Will pick that up. It'll just be a single. He went for the big heave there, did Aksar. Didn't connect though. And also, it's a good job he got some bat involved there, because he could have been struggling for LBW. However, he did get bat involved. And it shams it into Kohli now. Clips that to deep backward square leg. That'll be a single. 85 for 3. And now we're back to Aksar on strike. Aksar's definitely going to be more aggressive. I was looking at the wind blowing across there with the arrows. He's going to be hitting it toward deep mid-wicket with the wind. This one goes straighter. Oh my word. So, long gone. Rabada's out there. He went to long on. It went low and hard. But he does manage to get it over the boundary, but Rabada was definitely interested there, looking for the catch. Probably a metre or so away from getting his hands on that. Just a guess from what you can see. Aksar goes again, gets a big top edge over backward point. And they'll get a couple from that. So Aksar definitely up in the run rate and taking the risk. 93 for 3. That's the end of the 12th. Aksar living dangerously. Also saw Jason Donovan today as well. That brought back some memories. Jason Donovan talking about when he married Kylie Minogue on Neighbours. I think that was 1989. Nodge is coming into the attack again. His first over went for 4, no wickets. Kohli on strike. Clipped off middle stump to the leg side. Just be a single. India move on to 94 for 3. Nodge into Aksar. Aksar takes a stride down the wicket before the ball's even bowled. He can only push it through to mid-wicket though. That'll be another single. 95 for 3. Aksar's on 39 now. Kohli is on 42. He's on strike, Kohli. Just drops that in front of him. Goes to backward point. Dot ball. This one beats point from Kohli. But deep point will field it. And that'll just be a single. 96 for 3. Still 2 balls left in this 13th over. Yeah, Jason Donovan. Still looking good. He's been working out, you can tell. Nodge into Aksar. This one goes down the leg side. That'll be called a wide. And that'll be 1 added on to the total also. 97 for 3. Yeah, Jason Donovan definitely been working out. looking decent for his age. Might need a bit of a trip to Belgravia for a bit of more hair transplant. When it comes to us all, I'm a bit thin myself now. Axar on strike. He's got 39 from 27 deliveries. Norge runs in. Tried to cut that one down to third man. Almost got a little top edge to the keeper. The cock doesn't go up. No bat involved. It'll be a dot ball. Pushed his luck there though, did Axar, just trying to get that little tickle on the ball. Final ball of the 13th over. Norge into Axar. Spins and just clips this one to leg side. Single to end the over, 98 for 3. 13 overs completed. Yeah, Black Lace also made an appearance. A guest appearance, just a fleeting one. Singing Agadoo and some of the party songs live. They've probably got more people up dancing than anybody else actually, but there you go. Takes all sorts. Sonia had been working out as well. Or maybe Zempic had kicked in, the weight loss drug. I'm going to go with she'd been working out though. Sonia wouldn't cheat like that. Rabada. First ball, pitches up to Axar, club straight back over the bowler's head. He just waits for that to come onto him. A full length delivery. $104. 85 metres that 6 went. Beautiful shot there. $104 for 3. India are just starting to get the upper hand again now. So Axar moves on to 46 from 30 deliveries. He's overtaken Kohli, who's back on 43. Run rate 7.9. Rabada runs in. Axar on strike. Guides this one through the covers. That'll be a single to the score. 105 for 3. Kohli on strike. 7 needed for his 50. Tries walking down the wicket there to the bowler, Rabada. Sees him coming and bounces him. That's been given as a wide though. A little bit unlucky there, Rabada. Umpire's adamant. 106 for 3. Rabada into Kohli, comes off his thigh pad. Oh my word. Axar was backing up. Had to get back into his... He had to get back into his crease at the non-striker's end, but the cock took his glove off. He shied at the stumps. The direct hit as Axar was trying to get back in. So it's either gone for 4 overthrows or Axar has been run out. And we've got a review on board. I think he might have gone, you know. He has. He's been run out. So it came off Kohli's thigh pad. Axar was backing up. Kohli quite rightly sent him back. And his De Kock grasped, well, he had to move to pick the ball up to his left-hand side, took his glove off, and shied at the bowler's end, where Axar Patel was struggling to get back. A direct hit on the stumps, and the ball then continued on to go to the boundary for four, so it was either four overthrows or a wicket, and unfortunately for India, it was a direct hit that beat Axar getting back into his crease. He's got to go. Good innings, though. A good innings. He finished on 47 from 31 deliveries. So, in a way, job done. Personally, you would have liked to have had the 50. But India 106 for 4 as Doob comes in. Shivam Doob. And he won't be on strike because obviously Axar was trying to get back to the bowler's end. Got excellent fielding from De Kock. Rabada into Kohli. This one's just whipped too long on. That'll be a single. And now it will be Doob on strike. Big inside edge onto his pad. Ball just ricochets to the covers, and that'll be a dot ball. Final ball of this 14th over to come up. Rabada runs in. Doob waits, still on the door nut. He'll want a single. There's a bit of a walk down the wicket there and a move to leg side. Doesn't time it though. It just bottom edge into the covers. He'll get his single. India 108 for 4. 14 overs completed. Who's going to come in to bowl this 15th over? Going to be Jansen. He'll come in to bowl his third over. His first two have gone for 22 runs for no wickets. India 108 for 4. It'll be Doob on strike. Jansen runs in. This one's clubbed back big over long gone. And you know where that's gone. Have a bit of that. 114 for 4. Johnson won't be happy with that. He's been expensive today, Johnson. The Indian batsmen have gone after him and used his pace against him. That was almost premeditated. It was going over long on, whether it was whether it was pitched up, pitch short. Jansen in again. Doob waits. This one's bowled into his hip. Just clips it down to fine leg. That'll be a single. 115 for 4 India. It'll be Kohli on strike. For this delivery, it's Kohli on strike from Johnson. Outside off stump, tries to pull it through the leg side. Gets a bottom edge and it just rolls back to the bowler. Dot ball. Holy waits. Run rate 7.93. Johnson runs in. Holy needs 6 for his 50. Will he get it off this fourth ball of the Johnson over? No, he won't. It's just hooked, but kind of pulled out of it halfway. And it just goes down to fine leg for a single. 116 for 4. Coley moves on to 45. A big Doob on strike. He's got 8. Boniface 4 deliveries. Full toss on the pads there. Doob just flicks that over deep mid wicket. That'll be a single. 117 for 4. Bicoli on strike. He'll face that final delivery. Will he get to his 50? He waits. Johnson runs in. This time Coley takes a stride down the wicket. Doesn't time it though. Deep mid wicket will come in. And it'll just be a single. Luckily, Coley, he didn't time that any better because he didn't time it well enough to get to the boundary. But he also didn't time it well enough that it reached the fielder. Start of the 16th over, it's going to be Shamsi to bowl. He's bowled 2 previous overs, no wickets. He's gone for 18. Coley on strike. He's on 46 from 43 deliveries. Run rate 7.87. Shamsi runs in. Coley clips this fine, short, fine leg Johnson diving stop. Keeps it to a single. Don't know if that was leg buys or not. Either way, 119 for 4. It was off the bat. So 119 for 4 and 1 added to Coley's total, edging towards his 50. Shamsi into Doob. Beats him on the outside edge there, misses off stump, straight through into the gloves of the cop. Dot ball. Full toss there, goes under the bat with some bottom edge on it. Will scamper through for a single. Short third man, Johnson. Does the field in there. 120 for 4. Coley back on strike. Gives himself room. Flat bats this over the leg side. That'll just be a single though. Mid wicket. The ball rolled to the fielder. It was quite an orthodox shot there, although it was a bit of a slog sweep, if that makes sense. Made sure the ball went all along the ground, did Coley. Won't want to get out before he's 50 now, will he? Going to be Doob on strike. Shamsi runs in. He goes big over deep mid wicket. Didn't time it that well. Didn't get it off the middle of the bat either, but it still went like an exocet missile for 4. And that will move India on to 125 for 4. Just brute strength got that over there for Doob. This one he flats back straight back past the bowler. Just be a single. 126 for 4. That's the end of the 16th over. Going to be Norge to bowl this 17th over. He's bowled 2 previously. He's gone for 9 runs. No wickets yet. It'll be Doob on strike. He scored 15 from 9. Corley's still waiting to get to his 50. He's on 48. But Norge runs into Doob. Tries to cut that one to backward point. Throw comes into the bowler's end. Batsman's home easily. That'll be a single. 127 for 4. So Corley on strike now. 2 required for his 50. Norge runs in. Oh, so lucky there. Got some bat on it down leg side. Kind of looped up. And the cock couldn't quite get there. And it'll just be a single. The cock was interested in there as a keeper because it was an edge that kind of looped the ball up a little bit, but it was just too wide for the keeper to get his gloves on. Norge runs in, Doob on strike. Flat bats this one back to the bowler. Looked like it could be at risk of caught and ball, but Norge couldn't get anything on it. And that would just be a single as the fielder at long gone. Comes in to make the stop, 129 for 4. 3 balls left. Going to be Corley on strike. Will he eventually get? He seems to be been trying to get to 50 for an age. Norge runs in. Corley on 49. Full toss. Push to point. That's a dot ball. Norge into Corley. This one, he pulls onto the leg side. That'll be his 50. He'll just get his single, but well batted. Needs to pick up the pace a little bit though now. He's got 50 from 48 deliveries. It'll be Doob on strike. 1 ball left of the 17th over. Batted through backward point. Doob. Open the face there. Got it to the boundary. 134 for 4. India. That's the end of the 17th. We need him to pick up the pace a little bit, India, now the way they can. Just the 3 overs left. Going to be Rabada to come in and bowl his 4th over, so his final one. His economy rate so far is 20 runs. He has taken the 1 wicket. Going to be Corley on strike. Rabada. This time Corley goes big over long on. That goes all the way, timed beautifully. That'll be 140 up for India. Corley moves on to 56. From 49, Rabada runs in. Pulls into the pads, gets his bat jammed down into it. They'll take the fielder on. It just went into mid-wicket. That'll be 2 to the 2 to the score. Direct hit would have been interesting there, but we'll never know because it wasn't. 2's added to the score. Corley moves on to 58. Rabada runs in. This time there's a bit of a hook pull. The deep backward square leg. That goes all the way to the boundary. It was kind of a hook pull shot, kind of an in-between, but effective either way. 146 for 4. Hall is now up in the pace, which he needed to do, to be honest. It was almost like he was batting for himself there to get to 50. Now he's done that, he's batting for the team. Maybe a little bit unfair, but it just seemed that way. He's moved on to 62. Rabada runs in. Corley down the wicket, clips this one through the leg side. It'll just be a single. 147 for 4. What can Doob do? He's on 21 from 12. 2 balls left of this 18th over. Rabada runs in. Oh, that's a full toss wide. Wide on width, probably wide on height. That'll be 1 added to the total. Just 2 short of 150 now. Awful ball there by Rabada. Full toss outside, off stump again. This time, Doob does get some bat on it. It'll just go for a single. Deep backward point. Johnson throws that one in. 149 for 4. Maybe call it to face the final ball of the 18th over. Rabada runs in, pitches it up on middle stump. Can't really get it out of the block although, and it just comes off the bottom of the bat to long on. 150 up for India, and that's the end of the 18th over. So we've got Doob on 22 and Corley on 64. Johnson's going to bowl his final over. His previous 3 have gone for 32 with no wickets. Not what we used to see from Johnson, but India have got after him today. It's going to be Corley on strike at the start of his final over. 2 overs left of the innings. This time, Corley's walking down the wicket. Goes to the keeper. The Cock's thrown the ball in the air. Corley's just stood there, saying there's an outside edge. Is South Africa. It's gone for review. It's gone for review. However, forget that, because it was a no ball by a big way there. It must have been 6 inches Johnson overstrided, so forget that. It'll now be a free hit. And .151. A 4 and a free hit to Corley. Walks down the wicket, swing and a miss outside the off stump. Goes through to the keeper. Corley's saying to the umpire, pleading with him that was wide. The umpire says, no. Nothing wrong with that. Corley on strike. Johnson runs in. Full toss, leg side, clipped off his legs. misses the fielder, straight to the boundary for 4. It was like used his wrists to flick that ball away, really. That'll be 1. 55 to 4. Johnson is getting some treatment here. Bowley on strike. Pushes that one back past the bowler. It's a bit of a misfield, then a slip, and they'll get 2 from that. 157 for 4 for India. Kohli moves on to 70. While he's waiting, just surveying the field, Johnson runs in though. Kohli waits. Clubs this one, massive hit. Huge over deep mid-wicket. Just clubbed that off the middle of the bat and creamed with a capital C. Creamed. "95 metres that bad boy went. They'll be looking for another ball. They certainly are looking for another ball. And Johnson will be hoping he gets a little bit more luck with it. 2 balls left of his over. Kohli on 76. Goes for the same shot again, but gets this off the top of the bat. Straight to deep mid-wicket. Rabada pockets that. Good effort by Kohli. 163 for 5, India. Rabada made no mistakes with that. Had to try and up the pace as he had been doing though, the Kohli. 76 from 59 deliveries. Going to be Hardik coming into bat. 1 ball left of this 19th over. This one tries to be clubbed over leg side, gets a big top edge. It goes over the cock's head. No fielder can get close to it. And that will be 4. 167 for 5. And that's the end. The 19th over. Going to be Norge to run to bowl the final over. He'll be hoping for nothing more than a run of ball. However, India have got the wickets in hand now to take the South African bowler on, and it's going to be Doob on strike. He's got 22 from 13 so far. Left-handed batsman. Norge runs in. Wide outside the off stump. That'll be 2 wide. That'll be 1 added to the total. India will be saying thank you very much. The umpire says you can bowl that bad boy again. This one's clubbed over the leg side by Doob. It'll just be a single though. 169 for 5. Doob moves on to 23. It'll be Hardik on strike. He's already got 4 from 1 delivery. Right-handed batsman, right-handed bowler. Norwich runs in, right up in the block hole. Clamps his bat down quickly. Runs for a single as it goes to mid-off. 170 up for India. And it'll be Doob back on strike. He's on 23. Norwich runs in. Outside off stump. That's club back past the bowler. Club back past mid on. That'll go all the way to the boundary. 4 added to the total. 174 for 5. 3 deliveries left. And importantly, Doob still on strike. He's moved on to 27 from 15 deliveries. Norwich in. This one's clubbed to long off. And it's gone like an Exocet missile. But it goes straight into the hands of the fielder. $174 for 6 now. It's not so much the wicket came in. It was the fact that it's a dot ball. Doob has to go. Good effort though. 27 from 16 deliveries, 3 fours and 1 6. 2 bowls left of this innings. And it's going to be Jadeja to come in. Norge runs in. Jadeja on strike. Outside off stump. Slashes at it hard. Fielder doesn't pick it up at first. They will run 2 though. Didn't time it perfectly. 176 for 6. And it's going to be Jadeja to face the last ball of the innings. He's on 2. Run rate's 8.87. Norge into Jadeja. Clubs it outside off stump, but it goes high into the earth. That'll be a great catch taken. 176 for 7. That's the end of the innings for India. Jadeja on 2. He's gone. Hardik not out. 5 from 2 deliveries. So, the end of the Indian innings. I'll sort out the screen now. And we'll be back in a couple of moments. Just like that. We're back for the start of the South African innings. It's going to be Ashdeep to bowl for India. It's going to be Hendricks on strike with De Kock at the other end. Bowls just a full length outside off stump. Power play in effect. Goes through to point. Dot ball. Hendricks on strike. This one's outside edge drops just before the keeper. Another lucky dot ball for South Africa. Hendricks waits. Ashdeep runs in again. This one's onto the pads. It'll just trickle down to fine leg. Be 1 for non-South Africa. Cock on strike. Both batsmen still on nil. Not the donut. Left-handed batsman de Kock. This one's pushed through mid-wicket. Dot ball. Opening over this for India and Arshdeep. The Cock on strike. Arshdeep runs in. The Cock cuts this one to deep backward point. That'll be a single. He's off the mark. South Africa, 2 for none. Hendricks back on strike. Final ball of the over. Cuts this one through point. With the spin, it goes to deep backward point. It'll race away to the boundary. End of the first over. South Africa, 6 for none. I need some after sun on tomorrow. It's going to be Bumrah to bowl his first over. It'll be the Cock on strike. Right. Shuffles in. The Cock on strike. Beats the outside edge straight through to the keeper. It'll be a dot ball. Too good for the batsman there. Bumrah runs in again. De Kock waits. 6 for none. South Africa. This one's clipped down the leg side. Keeper can't take it cleanly. Is the bat involved there? Pad leg by. Seven for none. Yeah, if it didn't hit the pad, that would have been given as a wide anyway, so India were a little bit lucky there. Oh, excuse me. Bumrah runs in. Right into the block hole there. Hendricks can't get his bat down quick enough. The stumps have been demolished. What a beautiful delivery there. What a beautiful delivery by Bumrah. Hendricks goes for 4 from 5 deliveries. He just bowled it right in the block hole. The batter couldn't get anything on that. Too fast. On him too quickly, being pitched up. South Africa, 7 for 1. Markram comes into bat. Still 3 balls left in this second over. Markram waits. Bumrah runs in. Puts this one to deep backward point. And a race away to the boundary. Arshdeep couldn't get around there. South Africa will move on to 11. 11 for 1. Still 2 balls left. Power play in effect. Umar into Markram. He lets that go through to the keeper. Dot ball. Defensive shot there. Just pushed into the covers from Markram to end the second over. 2 overs completed. 11 for 1. South Africa. Ashdeep's going to bowl his second over. First one went for 5, no wicket. He's into the cop. This one's pushed back past the bowler. Mid-on will keep that down to a single though. South Africa 12 for 1. The clock moves on to 2. Markram's already on 4. He'll be facing Ashdeep Singh. Starts his run up. No. Markram raises his bat. Lower ball outside off stump. That's just pushed to backward point. That'll be a dot ball. What's going on there? What's going on with the umpires there? Either way, 12 for 1, South Africa. Ashdeep runs in. Markram's on strike. Outside edge, outside off stump. Straight through to the keeper. He's going to have to go. He doesn't want to, but he's going to have to. 12 for 2, South Africa. Tried slashing that through the covers. Got an outside edge and it just runs through to the keeper for a simple catch. Had to stretch for it because it was wide outside off stump. Couldn't get there, apart from with an edge. Going to be Stubbs to come into bat. Ashdeep got his man. Takes his guard. Deep runs in. This one's outside off stump again. Gets his bat on it. They'll go for 2, will they? No, just a single. Man at deep backward point gets round well, Jadeja. Good throw. 13 for 2, South Africa. Struggling a little bit here. It'll be De Kock on strike. He's on 2 from 5 deliveries. Ashdeep runs in. Swing and a miss down the leg side. Tries to kind of hook pull it. Big shout from the keeper for a caught behind. De Kock's just laughing. There'll be no review there, surely. They are going to review it. De Kock's just gone to Stubbs and just shook his head as though said, no bat, nothing involved there, mate. Not out. He wouldn't lie, would he? So it's a fair delivery. Gone down leg side. De Kock tried to pull it, then hook it because it got high. Missed the bat, missed the gloves. I'm going early with this one. Not out. Clear gap. Let's move on. Not out. One ball left of the third over. Quinton de Kock was confident. Rightly so. That's pushed back past the bowler. That'll just be a single. 14 for 2. And I've just spotted one of my errors, which I'll rectify now. 3 overs gone. Target is 177. Bumrah into the cock. Start of the 4th over. Power play still in effect. This one's tickled past what you would call second stroke third slip. Straight to the boundary. That will be 18 for 2. South Africa. Got a little bit high on him. Bounced just before the fielder. But once it goes through, there's nobody stopping that before it hits the ropes. This one's driven through the covers. Won't quite get to the boundary though. Be a couple. Beautiful shot. Didn't quite time it though. Come right into the cock. That's clipped to deep square leg. Easy single. 21 for 2. With Stubbs on strike, he's 1 from 1. Bumrah runs in. Stubbs clips it through mid-wicket, straight to the fielder though. Got to be a dot ball. It's just pushed into cover. Dot ball. Final ball of the 4th over coming up. Bumrah turns. Stubbs. He's on strike. Clips this off his thigh pad. Down to fine leg. 22 for 2. That'll be a single. End of the 4th over. Finely poised, this final. Feel like Rodney Trotter when Del Boy put him under the sun lamp and turned the timer up. Only Fools and Horses classic was that. Axar into the attack. Stubbs moves way outside his off stump, tries to sweep it, almost sweats it onto his own stumps. And it just squirts to the leg side. That's a dot ball. This time cuts it, gully. Won't stop that. That'll go to the boundary for 4. South Africa move on to 26 for 2. Stubbs again. Tries crashing this one through the covers. Finds a fielder though. That'll be a dot ball. Stubbs has moved on to 6. Axe irony. This time Stubbs runs down the wicket, but he can just push that too long off. Got to the pitch though. That'll be a single. 27 for 2. Stubbs on to 7. It'll be Quinton de Kock on strike. Gives himself room, hits it over cover, crashes it to the boundary, went aerial there. 1, 2, maybe 3 bounces. And that'll take South Africa to 31 for 2. This time de Kock cuts that to short third man, Arshdeep, diving stop, keeps it down to a single. (32 for 2). South Africa move on to. That's the end of the 5th over. I think de Kock's going to have to put a big innings in here, and if Stubbs can stay with him, or maybe surpass him, that'll be what South Africa need. Stubbs is on 7, de Kock's on 15. It's going to be Kuldeep to come into the attack. Still one over the left, of the power play. De Kock clips that to short fine leg. That'll be 1. Added to the total. 33 for 2, South Africa. Pull deep into Stubbs. This one takes a step back, gets a big top edge. It's over point. We'll probably get a second there. It went over Arshdeep's head. On strike, he's on 9. Clubs it back past the bowler. Long on, makes a good stop. They'll run a couple though. Move on to 37 for 2. Clubs waits. Kuldeep, same shot again. Doesn't time this one as well though. That'll just be a single. Didn't time it, and a bit of an inside edge, but same fielder. Quinton de Kock on strike. He's on 16. Left-handed batsman, left-handed bowler, down the wicket, gets to the pitch of the ball, but can only push it back to mid-off. That'll be a dot ball. Final ball of the over. De Kock waits, cuts it through point, finds the gap. That'll go for 4. 42 for 2. End of the power play now. 6 overs bowled. De Kock needs a big innings here. And he looks in good nick. Just forward this through while there's a change of pads or gloves going on. Out to Stubbs. Steps back, cuts it through point. It'll be a single. 43 for 2. South Africa. Stubbs is moved on to 13. De Kock's on 20. Target 177. De Kock on strike. Tries to pull that through the leg side. Gets a leading edge. And it goes to long off, believe it or not. Either way, that's a single. 44. De Kock moves on to 21. It'll be Stubbs on strike. He's on 13. Slog sweep over deep mid wicket, not far to the left of the fielder, but far enough that he couldn't get round. .48 for 2, South Africa. One bounce over the ropes. Stubbs moves on to 17. Pushes this one through. Deep extra cover. I'll just be a single. 49 for 2. De Kock on strike. He's on 21. 2 balls left, sorry, the 7th over. De Kock with a little paddle around the corner. Finds the fielder at short fine leg though. Dot ball. And dived on by a fly. De Kock goes a big heave over the leg side. Gets nothing on it. Hits him. Dot ball. End of the 7th over. 49 for 2. South Africa. And be Cooldeep to ball his second over. His first one went for 10. Stubbs on strike. Up in the block hole, but driven back past the ball straight down. Just misses the wickets. But it does find the boundary ropes for 4. That's a 50 up for South Africa. Deep in. Stubbs flicks this with the wrists too long on. That'll just be a single. 54. Both of these teams have not been beaten, have they, in this tournament? So somebody is going to lose the 100% record. And the team that keeps the 100% record will win the final. It's bowled onto De Kock's pads, clips it round the corner, short fine leg, fields that, be a single. 55 for 2. Yep, that's the way the cookie crumbles. The first game that you lose will lose you the World Cup. T20 ICC 2024. It will be gone. Cooldeep into Stubbs. Clips that to deep mid-wicket, just a single. 56 for 2. The Cock will be on strike, he's on 22. Pitched up outside off stump, just gets a bottom edge into the pitch. Going to be fielded by the bowler, dot ball. And the Cock will feel like he missed out there. He's not missed out there, though. He's just absolutely sent that out of the ground over deep mid wicket. It's probably done some damage again. One of the solar panels on the roof. That's the end of the 8th over. $62 for 2, and that'll move Quinton de Kock onto 28 from 21 deliveries. Stubbs is on 24 from 17, and it'll be Stubbs on strike at the start of the 9th over. It's going to be Axar to bowl it. His first 2 overs have gone for 17, no wickets. Into Stubbs. Goes big over the leg side, gets a top edge. Forward square leg though, cannot get around, and there was a big enough edge that it went for 6. And that moves South Africa onto 68 for 2. Just what they wanted. At the start of the 9th over, Stubbs backs away, pushes it through the covers. That'll be a single. 69 for 2. One might say a meal for 2. But I wouldn't. Backs out. Into the Cock, reverse sweep, hits it into his own pad. Keeper Fields will scramble for a single. 70 up for South Africa. Going to be Stubbs on strike now. Puts this one backward point. Fields, dot ball. Takes a huge step outside of his off stump. I mean, a massive step. Tries to pull it onto the leg side and just pulls it onto his stumps, I think. Either way, Stubbs has gone for 31 from 21 deliveries. I didn't get anything on it. He did go a long way across. He must have been a good 4.5 outside of his off stump. And as soon as he missed that, Stubbs' off stump went crashing. He goes for 31 from 21 deliveries. De Kock's not happy. Klassen comes in now. It'll be Axar to bowl the final ball of the 9th over. 8 runs from it so far, but the vital wicket of Stubbs breaking that partnership up was vital there for India. What's Klassen going to do? Let's see it run onto his pads outside leg. That'll be a leg bite. End of the over. 71 for 3 South Africa. 9 overs completed. It will be as soon as I change it. There we go. The 10th over, who's going to be bowling this? Hardick. He's coming into the attack. Looks like he's had a bit of a haircut for the final. His first ball. That one's driven through the covers, finds the fielder, dot ball. Hardick into Klassen again. This time it goes to mid-wicket, finds the fielder, dot ball. Klassen waits, Hardick runs in. 71 for 3 South Africa. That's a bottom edge. I'll just go to mid-wicket again. 3 dot balls at the start of this 10th over. Not what South Africa need, but this one's cut high through the covers and it's cut for 6. Blimey, alright, you timed that one, did Klassen? That's what he wanted. Plenty of width, bit of bounce, it sat up lovely. Off the middle, flat batted through the covers. Klassen pushes this to long on, that'll be a single. $78 for 3. Oh, has that been given a no ball? Was given a no ball. It's 79. $79 for 3 now and a free hit. But it runs in. The cock smashes it high into the air, but it doesn't gather any distance. It'll be taken by the wicketkeeper, but it's a free ball. So they'll get the single that they run. 80 for 3. Still 1 ball left of this 10th over. It'll be Klassen on strike. This one's pulled off his hip. Down to fine leg. 81 for 3. End of the 10th. Players will be going for a drink. We'll do the same. And we'll be back with you in a second. Told you. Big Jadeja coming into the attack. Klassen on strike. It's a step back, pushes it through the covers. That'll just be a single. 82. 3. South Africa. De Kock's on 30. Klassen's on 9. It'll be De Kock on strike. Pulls this one over leg side, finds the fielder, just drops in front. That'll be a single. De Kock moves on to 31, Klassen moves on to strike. Klassen goes big over mid-off. Smashed it. Beautiful. 89 for 3. Klassen moves on to 15 from 9. Taking the fight to the Indian bowlers. Excuse me, taking it to the fight to the Indian bowlers. Klassen just pushes this one to keep extra cover. Single added. The total that'll be 90 for 3. Klassen moves on to 16. De Kock, he's on strike on 31. Deja in. This one's just clipped to leg side. That'll be a couple if they're quick. I'm sure they'll take it on. Put the fielders under pressure there. 92 for 3. One ball left. This one's cut by De Kock. Finds the fielder, but they'll take a single. 93 for 3. 11 overs completed. Critical time now for both teams. South Africa are going to have to get a move on. India could do with a couple of wickets. 84 needed from 54 deliveries. Going to be Kuldeep into the attack again. First over went for 12. De Kock down the wicket, readjusts, then cuts it through point. That'll be a single. 94 for 3. Klassen on strike now. Kuldeep runs in. Klassen on 16. Takes a step back, pushes it through the covers, finds a fielder. That'll be a dot ball. Klassen's going to have another go, no doubt, here. Deep in. Wide outside the off stump. Klassen waits and then just flicks it over deep cover. Just timing and off the middle of the bat. I'll go for 6. Exactly. 100 for 3 now. This one's down the leg side. It's swept. So just take a single. Could have left that actually. It would have been given a wide. But either way, one onto the score. Klassen's on 23 from 13. De Kock's still there on 35. De Kock pushes that one into the cover. That'll be a dot ball. Final ball of the over coming in. De Kock on strike. Tries to cut that one, misses out straight into the keeper's gloves. End of the over. That'll be 12 completed. Deep's going to come back. He's bowled 2. He's got 1 wicket for 8 runs. And it'll be Klassen on strike. I've got a feeling he could get some treatment here from Klassen. That was just clipped to deep backward square leg though. I'm not off that ball. But 1 added to the total. 102. for 3. It'll be De Kock on strike. De Kock, 35. Ashdeep runs in. This one, he bends his knees. Pulls that one. Like a pull sweep, if that makes sense. Goes for 4. I thought it might have gone for 6, that. But they've given it as 4. Let's have a look. I thought that had gone all the way. We'll check that one. No, 106 for 3. It did go for 4. This time, similar shot again. However, this time they put a fielder there. And De Kock goes for the same shot. Ashdeep gets his man. 106 for 4. The vital wicket of De Kock, he goes for 39 from 31 deliveries. It's going to be Miller into bat. Ashdeep runs in. This one, bit of bounce, hits him on his thigh pad. Got ball. 2 balls left of the over. This one's tickled down to fine leg. Just be a single. 107 for 4. A Klassen on strike. He's the main man now. He's on 24. Ashdeep runs in. Klassen waits for that one. Cuts it. Well, tries to cut it. He goes through the covers. And they'll take a couple there. End of the over. 109 for 4. Deep's going to come on to ball his 4th and final over. His first 3 have gone for 31. No wickets. Miller on strike. That's pitched up. That's clipped through to long on. He'll get a couple there. 1-1-1. Umpire Shepherd. He'll be hopping. Go deep into Miller. That's a push to point. Dot ball. On Sweat. Deep square will field that. Just be a single. Umpire Shepherd, you can stop hopping. Klassen on strike. This one's clipped through mid-wicket. We'll take the fielder on. And they'll decide, it's Jadeja, we better not. 113 for 4. 2 balls left of this 14th over. It'll be Miller on strike. He's on 4. Gives himself room. Cuts it. That'll get to the boundary. Forward square leg can't cut that off. 117 for 4. Miller moves on to 8. 1 ball left of the 14th over. This one's pulled over leg side. It's gone over the boundary. It's gone big. It's gone huge. The end of the over. 123 for 4. Miller, in the blink of an eye, moves on to 14. And that is 14 overs completed. All the symmetry. Lovely. So the start of the 15th over, it's going to be Klassen on strike. He's on 27 from 16. It's going to be Axar to bowl his final over. He's got figures of 1 for 25. What does Klassen do here? This was bowled a bit quicker. Straight over the bowler's head, though. And I mean straight over the bowler's head, over the wickets. Couple of bounces. That'll be a boundary. 127 for 4. Time wide outside the off stump. That'll be a wide. Klassen just lets that one go. One added to the total. 128 for 4. Klassen tries cutting this one. No bat involved. Straight into the keeper's gloves. Dot ball. 48 needed. 34 balls to go. Axar into Klassen. Clubs this over deep mid wicket. Sounded good. It almost went on the roof. But either way, it went over the boundary. 6, 134. 134. 135, sorry, before. It went 99 metres, almost went out of the stadium. Some waits again. Goes for a similar shot this time, but straighter over deep mid wicket. He's put that one almost out of the ground as well. 141 for 4. Humongous 6. This is more damage to the solar panels on the roof. 103 metres that bad boy went. Creamed over the leg side. That was double creamed over the leg side. 36 needed from 32 balls now. In the blink of an eye. Klassen on strike. Axar, this time it's clubbed through the covers. You know where it's gone? You know what I'm going to say? It's gone to the boundary. Almost went for 6, actually. I was just waiting to see. 145 for 4. This time he flicks it over backward point. Just gets it over Jadeja's head. And that will be 147 for 4. Is that the over? Is that the over that wins the World Cup for South Africa? 24 runs from it. Klassen's raced to 49 from 22 deliveries. Miller, who will be on strike now, he's on 14 from 7. "15 overs completed." Once I change the scoreboard over, which we'll do now. And with Bumrah to come back into the attack, he's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 12 his figures. Going to be Miller on strike, he's on 14. Bumrah shuffles in. Ooh, an inside edge. Just misses the stumps. That would just be a single though. Runs down to fine leg. 148 for. Rode his luck there, did the batsman. Passing on strike, he's on 49. There's just 22 deliveries. Bumrah runs in. Flicked off the pads to the leg side. They'll try for a couple here. They'll get a couple. 150 up for 4, and that'll be 50 for Klassen from just 23 deliveries. Top effort. Batsman fist pump in the middle. Bumrah runs in. That's going down leg side. Big appeal. No, going down leg side, but it's a dot ball importantly. 27 needed from 28 deliveries. Bumrah runs in. Almost a perfect Yorker pass class and got something on it and kept it out. Dot ball. Bumrah. That's the 5th ball of his over. Licked off the legs. Klassen, that'll just be a single though. 151 4. 1 ball left of the 16th over. Bumrah outside the off stump. Pushed through the covers by Miller. Dot ball. 151 for 4. 16 overs completed. At the 17th, it's going to be Klassen on strike. It's going to be Hardick into the attack again. First over went for 10, no wickets. It's going to be Klassen on strike. Steaming in. Wide outside off stump. Outside edge. Straight through to the keeper. The wicket has gone. He tried to crash that, did through the covers. Just got the outside edge. 151 for 5. There'd just been a break in play while there was some treatment to an Indian player. And I wonder if that broke Klassen's concentration a little bit. A wide ball from Hardick. He went after it. Just got a top edge straight through to the keeper. Good innings though. 52 from 27 deliveries. Johnson's going to come in. Miller's there on 15 from 9. 26 runs needed from 23 deliveries. Going to be Johnson on strike. Hardick runs in. Dot ball, pushed to mid-off. Hardick runs into Johnson. That was put through the deep backward point. Just be a single. 152 for 5. I mean, Miller on strike now. 25 needed from 21 balls. Hardick runs in. This one's just clipped to the leg side. They'll try and rush for two. They won't do it though. Fielders there quickly. That'll just be a single. 24 from 20 required. Johnson on strike. Hardick runs in. Johnson waits. Inside edge. That'll just dribble to mid-on. It's single, 154. Three needed from 19. One ball left of the 17th over. Going to be Miller on strike. Left-handed batsman. And Miller just spins, pulls it back to the backward square. 155 for 5. Miller keeps the strike. 17 overs completed. It's getting tight this now. If South Africa pull this off, it's going to be a world record. Their biggest ever run chase in a final. Going to be Bumrah with the ball. It'll be Miller on strike. He's on 17 from 11. Ooh, beats the outside edge of Miller through to the keeper. No bat involved though. Dot ball though. 22 required from 17. This is another dot ball. Good line, good length. All Miller can do is push it into the covers. 22 required from 16. Bumrah turns, shuffles in. Miller waits. This one's clattered through the covers, but he doesn't time it that well. Just be a single. 156 for 5. It's going to be Bumrah bowling to Johnson. Just forward defensive there. However, no bat, no ball. You know what's coming. The stumps have gone. 156 for 6. South Africa, what a delivery that was. All Johnson was trying to do was just forward defensive. It was such a good delivery. Went between the gate, between bat and pad. Too much pace. The ball was through the batsman before he even had a chance to get it set, the defensive shot. The only thing that stopped that ball was the wickets. Indian fans are in rapture. It's going to be Maharaj into the middle. Support Miller. Maharaj runs in. Limey. Bumrah runs in, sorry. Maharaj, he just gets his bat on it. What a delivery that was. 21 needed from 13. Ooh, good delivery again. They'll get a single off the final ball though to cover. 157 for 6. Twenty from 12 now. So yeah, 20 runs required from 12 deliveries. It's going to be Miller on strike. It's going to be Arshdeep. The ball is final over. He's got 2 for 16. Arshdeep runs in. That goes down onto the leg pad. Hits his pad, goes nowhere. That's a dot ball. 20 required from 11. Maybe Maharaj on strike again. Deep runs in, tries to cut this through point. No bat involved, straight through to the keeper. Dot ball. 20 from 11. 20 from 10, sorry. Dash deep into Maharaj. He clubs this over leg side. One bounced into the fielder. That'll just be a single. 158 for 6. So now it'll be Miller on strike for the final 3 balls of this Arshdeep over. 19 required from 9. They're going to have to go big, aren't they? Miller surveys. Arshdeep runs in. Miller does go big over the leg side. Doesn't time it though. They'll get a couple here. 160. 6 wickets down. 17 runs needed. 8 balls left. Miller's got a strike. Deep into Miller. In the block hole. Swing and a bottom edge. Deep backward square leg will keep that down to a single. 161 for 6. Final ball of the 19th over. 16 required from 7. Maharaj is on strike though. We need Miller on strike really. He may as well go for it big here. Maharaj. Either a boundary or we don't want a single, do we? We want Miller on strike. Arshdeep in. Swing over. Swing, bump ball. Arshdeep jumps, pushes it into the air, fields it. That is a dot ball. That's the end of the 19th over. 16 needed from 6 deliveries. Indian fans are celebrating. They think they're there. Who's going to bowl the final over? Is it going to be Hardick? It is going to be Hardick. It's going to be Miller on strike as well. Hardick sets his field. Miller on strike. Full toss outside off stump. He's creamed that. However, my word, what have I just seen? He's creamed it high, but he's got not the distance. The fielder's run around, took a catch on the boundary, gone over the boundary, but thrown the ball in the air, then come back into play and kept the catch. This will go for a review. Could be one of the best catches you'll ever see in a T20 game. So Miller the ball from Hardy. Miller crashed it back over his head as it's flying over the boundary. The fielders run around at long on, took the catch to stop a six, but the fielder's gone over the boundary himself, but before his feet touch the floor, he's thrown the ball back into play and jumped back into play himself before he's caught the ball again. That's going to be out. Top effort from Miller, 21 from 17. He's got to go. He's still standing there, though. They're going to review this. It'll be one of the best catches you'll ever see if it was a legal catch. And the other thing is, if it's not a legal catch, it's 6. This matters. This is a big deal. Oh, did he touch? No, I don't think he did. John. He's got to go. He's got to go. $161 for 7. It's going to be Rabada to come into bat. 16 needed from 5 deliveries. Hardy runs in. That's a swing and a miss. Oh, he might have actually got an edge on that. Either way, it's raced to the boundary past the wicket keeper. $165 for 7. It's just starting raining as well. Would you believe it? The drama. 12 needed from 4 deliveries. Hardy runs in. Rabada waits. Swing and a miss there. They'll take the single on. Shy at the stumps. 11 needed from 3 deliveries. They're not going to go off for rain here regardless now, so it's been a fantastic final. It's been a worthy final. 2 fantastic teams, both on 100% through the tournament. This one's bowled into the batsman's pads. That'll just be a single. That's all they could do. 167 for 7. 10 needed from 2 deliveries. Ten needed from 2 deliveries. A big boundary would make this interesting for the final delivery, that's for sure. Dick waits. He runs in. What's he done there? What's he bowled there? He's bowled a humongous wide. 168 for 7. 9 required from 2 deliveries. We're not going to get 2 forwards off the final 2 balls for a super over, are we, in the final? Remember, this 9 required from 2 deliveries is for victory. What's Hardik going to bowl here? Takes a big breath. Rabada on strike. This one's clubbed to the fielder at long off. One 6-8 for 8. Rabada goes for 4 from 3 deliveries. And as long as this is a legal delivery, India will be world champions. Going to be Norge into bat. 1 ball left, 9 runs needed. Hardik runs in. What does Norge do here? There's nothing you can do, is there? This is the last ball of the ICC T20 World Cup 2024. Norge clubs it in the air. That'll be a single. India are the world champions. What can I say? All I can say, congrats to India. ICC T20 2024 world champions, well deserved. Went through the whole tournament undefeated and played superbly in a final against Australia. Against South Africa, who previous to this game had gone through the tournament undefeated also. A fitting end to what's been a superb tournament. Weather's been a little bit of a pain, but you can't have that. Thanks for joining us on Catch It Live First and joining me, Jimmy James. Having your company has been brilliant when it's been allowed. We've made some good friends through the cricket. David Anthony Joseph Jr. Been a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Anthony B, unlucky mate. I know you're a South African fan. Your boys did you proud today. Cynthia, sending us them blessings. It looks like it worked. We're back live streaming. Many, many more. Genwil Bolandres, Australian supporter. Lovely to have all your company. Don't be strangers. We have lots of sports on Catch It Live First. Please come back and join us and say hello in the chat. Promise me you'll do that. It'd be good to speak to you. I'm going to go now and get some sleep. We've got MotoGP coming up in a few hours from Assen. Once again, I'm Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live First. It has been my pleasure. We'll catch up with you soon.